A very warm welcome to our next Christmas beer tasting. We welcome you again from our Kalia headquarters here in Salzburg, Austria, and a special welcome, of course, to our Claudio and to our community. Good to have you here. Yeah, we made it to the 22nd of December, so Christmas is almost here. But before we get curious about all the Christmas presents and Santa Claus and everything, we are very curious about what's the next surprise in our Christmas calendar. So I'm Marina Herzmeier, and I'm the one who's allowed to see what is the next surprise in here. And so I would say we open the next window, 22. Let's see, it's here. Oh, it's a can. From Germany. So today we will taste from the Schlossbrauerei Rheder the original Pils. And I'm happily not alone. I have two helpers here, so I will get them. And then we'll see what is special about this beer. Günther, Markus?
Ja, bitte.
Es ist soweit.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Take a seat. Please here. Thank you. So it is a good evening here in Austria, but it is as well a good morning in the United States, in America. So if you have your teas and your coffees already here, leave them. It's time for beer tasting.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some Americans too which drink the beer at 9 o'clock in the morning too.
Why not? Somewhere on the world it's always time to drink
Yeah,
beer.
we have a term for this. It's called Frühschoppen.
Frühschoppen, right,
Yeah.
true. So I would suggest that we open the beer. We have our beer tasting glasses here. So one for you, Günther. Another one for you.
Thank you very much.
Markus. And a bit for me as well. So, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Thanks for having me. What does that mean?
Yes, we have our Claudio, who is as well thirsty. So he wants something to drink as well. So Claudio, are you ready?
Yes. Thank you.
Cheers to heaven.
Yeah. So I'm allowed to drink now?
Yeah, cheers. Good. So I
good.
see you like it. As I said, from the Schlossbrauerei Rheder, we have the original Pils. And Günther, would you mind explaining us a bit? Tell us about the brewery, what is special about it, how did it come to this beer? Erzähl mal von deiner Brauerei. Wie ist es zu diesem Bier gekommen?
Mein Name ist Günther Haas.
Da brauchen wir noch das.
Oh, sorry.
Ja.
My name is Günther Haas. Ich bin der Geschäftsführer der Brauerei Rheder. Und wir machen klassische Biere, hell, dunkel, Pils, Weißbier, Radler. Ja, das wäre so und helles Bier noch.
So Günther is the CEO from the brewery, and they are famous for the classical beers we know. So I would say we have as well a second expert here. May you introduce yourself to the audience as well?
Thank you for calling me an expert.
What makes you an expert?
What makes me an expert? My amount of consumption, I guess. No, my name is Markus Sautner. I'm from Golz, which is situated in the eastern part of Austria in the province of Burgenland. I'm running a small regional brewery. We only have local customers. And we also do the traditional types of beers, which are very common here in Austria, and which are also the types of beers that I like the most.
That's perfect. So what is your first impression about the original
Oh, it's
Pils?
very drinkable. You cannot do anything wrong with German or Austrian beers. So they're very clean, they're intense, but also have a high drinkability. You can also drink it against your thirst. So it's not just something you taste; it's something you drink actually. Yeah.
So enjoy your beer, but before we come to the special aspects about this beer, I will ask you to use the special thing we have today, the live call. So whenever you really have questions about the beer or want to have a special or an expert talking about it, send us your questions either online, or what we do have today is the live call. So you might as well call us. We will see the number in a minute. So use this opportunity and get live into our talk here in Salzburg. So Günther, let's talk about the beer. First of all, what we see is the color. What would you say about the color? Die Farbe des Biers.
Das ist ein helles,
A bright one.
ein goldenes,
Golden.
glänzendes Bier.
Golden and shiny. Bright, golden and shiny. Isn't that a good expression?
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Hat 30 Bittereinheiten und liegt bei 4,9% Volumenalkohol. Also, sorry.
So, but we have the bitter items. You said
4,9% Alkohol.
And 4.9 percentage of alcohol items.
Yes. Stammwürze 11,5. Ja, und passt zu alle Braten, Fisch.
Gravity.
Yes.
11% of gravity. And what is important for me is, you said it's perfect to meat and everything. How do you get to know what is good to eat with the beer?
You just want, first of all, you think about the food and what taste, especially about this food, is that you want to underline, yeah, which you want to high up. And if you have something that's very hot and spicy, you need more bitter units to keep it in a frame that you already can eat the food. But if you have something that's more sour, you need a sour type in the beer too. There's something like a wheat beer or a sour ale for this food. And if you have something that's more fat, yeah, and juicy, you need the classic Helles.
So you said especially for fish, steak, meat, this is the perfect beer.
Yes.
And what I would get to know is, I said it's from Germany, but from which part of Germany does the beer come from? Woher kommt das Bier genau?
Das Bier kommt aus Rheder. Rheder ist in NRW, in Nordrhein-Westfalen. Ist in der Nähe von Paderborn. Vielleicht kennt man Paderborn durch Fußball.
Also im Norden.
Im Norden Deutschland. Und desto nördlicher das man geht, desto bitterer werden die Biere getrunken, desto südlicher und desto weniger Bittereinheiten.
So the beer comes from the northern part of Germany, which makes it clear that it is a little bit more bitter. And where it comes exactly from, we will have a look now, because we have a video from the brewery. Beautiful picture from the brewery, Rheder. This is where you come from. This is really incredible. I would say nothing better than another cheers on that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is really beautiful. So talking about beautiful, what else can we say about the beer? So we were talking about the color. What about the taste?
Yeah. Günther is your name, is this true? Okay, Günther is actually a Bavarian brewmaster. And this is what I can taste in this beer. Because as more southern you come, the beer gets more maltier and not that hard and heavy bitterness you have. And this is a Pils that we would also drink in Austria, because we don't want it to be extremely bitter. Maybe here, over there in America, they love it, but we don't want it that much. So this is a perfect Pils also for me as an Austrian consumer. And as he already mentioned, the more you come to the north, the more bitter it gets. Yeah.
So while you taste it again, there's another thing you need to know, because again, we have the competition today. So make sure you listen to what the two are telling you, because we pop a question in a second, and then you may win 6 of these glasses, the beer tasting glasses, and they will be sent over to America. So make sure to listen to what they say. Yes, is there a question? Claudio, tell us about what's happening online.
It's a question to Günther. On the can, you can see the seal, the symbol. Maybe you can explain us something what this means.
Okay, Günther, was ist das Spezielle? Wie ist es zu dem Siegel gekommen?
Wir haben ein Schloss, das seit 1686 ununterbrochen an diesem Schloss dieses grassy Bier gebraut wird. Die Familie Freifrau von Spiegel und Ferdinand Freiherr von Spiegel bewohnen das Schloss nach wie vor, und im Nebengebäude ist die Brauerei.
So the thing is, they have a castle where they brew everything, and the brewery is there since 1686, if I heard it correctly. And the brewery is right next to the castle, and that's where the sign comes from. So the crown and everything. And yeah, it says here 1686.
So you're a duke or something like a blue-blooded person.
And the Duke and the Duchess, they still live right in there. So this is why all comes. Yeah, they still live there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a very special
I also live in the
question
castle.
about it.
Everybody lives in the castle here in Europe.
But they really do. So this is really a special thing. Das macht eure Brauerei sehr speziell, dass das immer noch so ist. What else is there to say about the beer, Markus? So maybe before we do that.
I'm going back to the question if they're living, because we got the question if it is a marketing gag to call it Schlossbrauerei, or people living really there. Are there other Schlossbrauereis existing in Germany?
Gibt es noch andere Schlossbrauereien, wo wirklich noch jemand lebt drinnen? Oder ist es nur bei euch so?
Nein.
So, first of all, it's not a marketing gag. They really live there. They used to live there since years, so they're still living there. This is not a marketing gag. And as Günther said, there are several other castles and breweries where they still live in there and still live in the castles.
It's a quite historic thing. So, as I mentioned, I'm from the province of Burgenland, and Burgenland, translated to English, it would be called castle land. And there are a lot of castles in Burgenland, and some cities are even called after those castles. And if you read historic papers, you get to know that in each castle there was always a brewery included. So maybe it's a bigger one, and sometimes it's a smaller one, but there would always is a brewery, or at least a small kitchen where they brew their little brews.
Private ones.
Yes. So this is not of course, it's not a marketing gag. It's something that's real and true.
So I would be interested in what is the right temperature. We were talking about the beer. What would be the right temperature to drink it? Die richtige Temperatur dafür.
Wir sagen so 6%. 6.
So it would be around 6 degrees. That's more or less what we have
Celsius.
in Austria now.
6 degrees Celsius.
Celsius, right? Yeah. It's not Fahrenheit. 6 degrees Celsius, that's important.
This is a good topic, because I love the metric system, and I don't understand why Americans do not have the metric system. So maybe we can have a call in to our studio, because I would like to know how much milliliters 1 pint is. Yeah? I'm an expert, but I don't know it.
So I'm sure, Claudia, you can help us with that. Maybe some of our community know that. And yeah, I'm really, again, I need to call out to you. Call us if you have any questions, or write in our community. Claudia is helping us with that. So if you have any questions to the brewery, about the beer, or I heard you even curious about what's going on around the headquarter here. We have a few guests out there. We're standing next to the fire, and I'm really waiting for Christmas and enjoying some beer as well. So if there are any more questions, let us know. We are here to answer them. Any special thing about your beer? Is there any idea behind it? Why you say we stay with the classical, the original beer types? Warum bleibt ihr gerade bei den typischen klassischen Biersorten? There are so many breweries who try with everything.
Ja, es ist einfach so, dass wir 60 Kilometer um den Kirchturm rum unser Bier für die Leute brauen und die unser Bier gewohnt sind und einfach dieses Bier lieben, schätzen und gerne trinken.
So it's an easy answer. It's because the people around where they brew, they are in love with what they get. So that's why they simply don't change, because never change a winning team, never change what you really like and what is well sold. So that's a quite easy question about that. We have another question from America, maybe.
Günther, is it possible to visit the brewery? And if yes, do you have a tasting room where people, customers can taste different varieties?
Kann man die Brauerei besuchen? Also, dass man es anschaut. Und habt ihr auch so einen Bierverkostungsraum?
Selbstverständlich kann man unsere Brauerei besuchen, nur anrufen. Es ist wunderschön bei uns. Wir haben eben nicht nur die Brauerei, sondern das Schloss mit Schlossgarten und so weiter. Wir machen Bierverkostungen, Brauereibesichtigung sowieso und haben auch sehr viele Events unterm Jahr, die sehr gut besucht werden. Aber ich habe jetzt noch ein Anliegen. Ich möchte mich ganz offiziell bei der Familie Reimann, bei Kalea bedanken, die uns die Möglichkeit geben, regionale Biere überregional zu präsentieren und seit einiger Zeit sogar international. Und da möchte ich wirklich herzlich Danke sagen.
So he says, of course, yeah, that's worth. He says, of course, it is possible to visit the brewery. It's a simple call, and then you may get in. They have rooms for beer tasting as well, and you can have a guided tour, or tour around the brewery as well. And it is really worth visiting, as he said, because it's a castle and the surroundings, the gardens, the river, or the lake nearby. So this is a very special scenery as well. It's not only the beer, but where it comes from. And what he as well said, that he gives a big thank to the whole Kalea team, because they have said it's a very typical original beer, but it's a very special thing to them to be able to sell it and to be drunken all over the world now. It's not only Germany or the parts around, it's international right now. So, and this makes you, and I'm sure as well, Kalea, very proud. So I think it's time for the competition. Yeah. Claudio?
Some questions are coming in.
Yeah.
There's one, Günther, maybe you can tell us some other beer varieties you're brewing in your brewery. And there's a second question, the Pils from Pilsner, from Czech Republic. Are there any similarities to your Pils?
So we have something here, so maybe it's easier to answer these questions. Sie wollten wissen, welche andere Sorten ihr noch habt. Yeah? So we have a look at all the other things you offer. So I simply start here and you tell me what it is or what is special about. Du sagst mir nur, was es ist und was besonders davon ist.
Das ist ein klassisches helles Bier. Durch die Jugend, die nicht mehr so bitter trinken. Das Helle ist wieder auch bei uns in Deutschland sehr stark im Kommen. Wir haben
So this is a bright beer because people tend to like this taste more, so that's why they keep it and produce it even more. So we have Schlossbrauerei Rheder St. Annen Dunkel.
St. Annen Dunkel ist ein klassisches dunkles Bier, das wir zu Ehren der St. Anna gemacht haben, wobei wir jedes Jahr ein großes Fest in Brakel feiern, das Annenfest. Und die älteren Herrschaften lieben St. Annen.
So this is a dark beer brewed in honor of St. Anna, and they have a party and a
Volksfest.
a party, a party for St. Anna every year.
Say fest, don't you say?
A little October.
A festival, kind of a festival for St. Anna. And this is a beer which you said especially for older people. They like the taste of this beer. So, what else do we have here? Husarentrunk. That's a beer we heard already about because that was, I think if I remember correctly, window number 4. So we had a big party here. What is special about Husarentrunk?
Husarentrunk haben wir schon vorgestellt. Ich glaube, wir waren Türchen Nummer 4 mit dem Husarentrunk. Da muss ich dazu sagen, wir haben das wieder aufleben lassen. Dank Peter Reimann, der die Idee hatte, mich angerufen hat und hat gesagt, Mensch Günther, lass uns aus dem Husarentrunk wieder was machen. Wir haben einen Relaunch gemacht bei den Etiketten und wir haben es mittlerweile nicht nur in der Flasche, sondern auch in Dosen und kommt fantastisch an und wird hauptsächlich auch von der Jugend getrunken.
So it was actually a revival of this beer. They made a new design, and it is especially for younger people, and really beer that is loved by young people. And we have the same here.
Was für Bierstil ist es?
Original Pils.
Export.
And one more, it's the Jubiläumsbier 333.
Da haben wir 333 Jahre Brauerei gefeiert, wollten eigentlich nur auflegen für die Jubiläumszeit, für dieses Jahr, aber mittlerweile brauchen wir es durchgehend, weil es eben auch sehr, sehr gut ankommt. Ist etwas stärker, das Bier hat 5,3 Volumen Alkohol und gehört mittlerweile dazu wie Helle und wie Pils.
So this beer was brewed for the Jubilee, 333 years, but as it is an intense beer and a different one, and so it stayed in the brewery and it is still made not even for the Jubilee. And there was another question from Claudio. They asked us about what is different to the Pils from the Czech Republic. Was ist vom Pils aus der Tschechei der Unterschied?
Bohemian Pils is a whole different beer type. It's the Bohemian style Pils is more buttery. It's a little bit more malty and even less bitter. You have a very nice creamy white foam, and you have a special pouring varieties. 3 different types, which say the one with the most foam is called the milk, and you have half a foam and half beer, and at least you have a little bit foam and a lot of beer. And those beers are always a little bit darker. I don't want to say dark, but it's more deep gold, and they are very, very smooth to drink. I love them. But if you have this taste in a Austrian or German style Helles, they would say it's something that is not fitting into this beer. It's something that's really only for Czech beers.
Okay. So, Markus, maybe you could think about a question, because now it is really time to pop the question to make you win 6 of these beer tasting glasses. We have the following question. Any ideas?
Okay, what is the most common size of a beer can in Europe?
Okay, good question. So we have the number on the screen right now, I guess. So get your phones, call us, and make sure you win these 6 glasses as a pre-Christmas present. That would be cool. We are waiting here for your calls. Claudio, any questions before we do the solution?
There are a few questions coming on. It's a question to Markus. Can you tell us why you don't have a can, I guess, and you don't sell your beer to the US?
Congratulations to the viewers, because they actually look at the internet and what kind of beers we offer, and that they recognize that we don't have cans, because it's a thing that it's an ecological thing. It's something that we don't want, not because it does not fit to the beer or it's not good for the beer, but it's bad for the earth, because we don't want aluminum, as you say in America.
From Salzburg. Who's
Hello.
calling? Who's calling? Hi.
Hi, this is Amy.
Hi, Amy. Nice to hear you. How are you?
Yes. I don't actually. I have a question for you. They said can.
Yeah.
Or did they mean bottle when they were asking the question?
So as can, we mean not the bottle, but the can size. So do you have any idea how big it usually is? How much beer is in there? What's your suggestion?
I'm going to guess 0.5 liters.
How much did you say?
0.5.
Yeah,
liters.
that's correct, Amy. Congrats. So we have another Christmas present for you that's maybe a little bit too late, but we will send it to you over to America. Where are you from, Amy?
I'm from Chicago.
To Chicago.
Oh,
great.
actually, that's very cool, because a lot of people from Burgenland moved to Chicago after the Second World War.
Okay,
and
so
they
you
came
have
back,
a lot of Austrian beer drinking neighbors in Chicago.
And a lot of them came back to Austria again. And we have cities and valleys and small cities where we have a lot of street names named after Chicago.
Did you know that? We have a lot of street names named after Chicago in Austria, just because they moved back after they were your beer drinking neighbors in Chicago. What a coincidence. So that's really cool.
It is.
So, Amy, we will send you the glasses. Congrats to your win and Merry Christmas.
Send us a deep dish pizza.
Okay. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
It's really been fun. I've been enjoying this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye. Have a good day. So, das war die Amy. That was Amy. We will send her the 6 glasses, which is really cool. And she called us from Chicago, and we have her as a winner. So, the last thing we need is, sorry, was there anything more you wanted to say about cans and bottles?
I don't know what I was talking about.
Ecological part, which is a really important one, why you don't use the cans but the bottles. Maybe we finish that and then we go over
we make
to
our decisions always under the thinking about how valuable is it for the community, and is it good for Earth or not. And we think that aluminum is a material which is not very good for our economy. We would prefer, as we call it, white steel, Weißblech. And actually, it's in use because sometimes the material is cheaper than aluminum. And if that happens, you cannot see it, only if it's written on the can.
Yeah.
And it's something that is a thing for the politicians, just to say we don't want aluminum, we want white steel, and it would be without any higher prices possible. So why don't we do it? And I hate it. And we are too small to have our own cans made of steel, and that's why we don't have it.
Okay. Thank you for that question. Before we go over to the wall of taste with your shield, I would say.
Yeah, I
last
don't
one
have
here.
anything anymore.
Oh, sorry for you. So Günther, it's just the two of us.
But
Cheers.
congratulations to the
Christmas.
hygiene of the glasses here at
Yeah.
Thalia, because
We see the fume.
we have the sticky white foam, which tells us that the foam has high quality of the beer itself and also a very, very clean glass.
Claudio, last question from you before we go over.
The final question is more a question for the channel, and we would like to ask everyone to subscribe to the BeerTasting YouTube channel, that you are not missing any shows, tastings in the near future. There are only 2 days left, so maybe we can show it in where you subscribe, and then you really get the next tastings.
That was a good point. Thank you, Claudia, for that. So subscribe. Make sure you don't miss any of our videos. We had several of them, which were great fun with a big show even. We had your Husarentrunk, which was a Husarentrunk, sorry, which was a big show as well. So make sure to watch all of them and follow us on social media and online. So, Günther, now it's your turn with your shield. I think we have it over there. Can you? Thank you. Yes, there it is. Shows Schlossbrauerei Rheder. And now you have to find a point, space somewhere here on our wall to put it on. We have a big hammer. So, your turn. Where you want to put it? Right down here. Das ist nicht so genau. So zum Häuten, genau. That sounds great. This was the first one. I think he's fine with the second one. So, thank you for watching. It was a great pleasure having you here. We send you Merry Christmas, Christmas wishes over to America. Enjoy your holidays and especially the last beers of your calendar. Merry Christmas. Bye.